starts now.
Welcome to News Watch 12 at 5. I'm Justin Betty. A Northwoods summer tradition returns tonight in Lake Tomahawk. The snowshoe baseball season gets underway after being canceled last year. News Watch 12's Rachel Eiler is live at the field ahead of tonight's season opener. She joins us now with a closer look. Rachel.
Hey, Justin. Yeah, I should tell you to grab some peanuts, or should I say pie, because in just a little over 2 hours, the kickoff to the 2021 snowshoe baseball season will begin. Everyone is so excited here. We got some bleachers already being reserved behind me, and I talked to some of the players today, and they are ready to celebrate some of the wins, some of the loses, and of course, all the fun in between. A fresh layer of wood shavings, bleacher seats reserved, snowshoes strung, all ready for another season of snowshoe baseball.
We are back stronger than ever.
After a canceled season due to the coronavirus pandemic, the Snowhawks team coach Jeff Smith expects nothing less than a big crowd.
To say that people aren't ecstatic would not be doing them any justice. They are so happy right now. We I have sort of limited seating, so we're not able to have thousands at the game every single night. But we do enjoy a packed house, and I think this year is going to be great.
And it's not just spectators ready for the return, but players too.
Yeah, we're excited. We had a couple practices a couple days ago, and everyone's pumped up.
You can usually see Officer Ryan Showalter in a Snowhawk jersey, but for the first game of the season,
tonight I'm switching sides. I'm playing for the police department team.
The local fire and police departments will team up to take on the Snowhawks, and they're feeling confident for a win.
I think it's going to be close. I think we're going to edge them out by 3 runs.
But win or lose, the game's return is more than just getting back to normal.
This is our 60th anniversary, so it was supposed to be last year, but we're going to celebrate it this year, and we're looking forward to it.
And like I said, game is going to start at 7:30. Bleachers are already starting to be reserved. It is raining, so hopefully it'll pass by very quickly. Still excited to come down here and see the game get started for the season. Now, Justin, we don't play till August, so I'm going to be making sure I watch the game very closely, taking some pointers for us. We got to make sure that we get a couple of practices in because it is competitive with a whole lot of fun. Reporting live in Lake Tomahawk, Rachel Eiler, News Watch 12.
Take notes, Rachel, outside. Jeff, you heard her. Are we going to be okay with the storms tonight?
Yeah, ominous skies here in Rhinelander right now. We'll all be dodging a few rain showers out there across the area tonight, and especially throughout the day tomorrow. Here's the radar. And again, these are pop-up kind of summer thunder showers across the area now. Likely, though, continuing for several more hours into snowshoe softball later on tonight. But here we go out there now. But notice how I do this. I put my hand right there. These are not moving very quickly to the east at all, right? So if you got rain showers out there now, you'll likely stick with those for a couple more hours, and that rain could be locally heavy. Now, the severe weather threat is very low, but locally heavy rainfall is definitely a possibility tonight. And temperatures are a bit rain-cooled where it is raining. It's 67 over Meanwhile, it's still 75 with no rain here in Rhinelander quite yet. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is scattered showers and thunderstorms, non-severe, but locally heavy rainfall with low temperatures down near 61. Your full forecast is coming up, Justin.
All right, thanks, Jeff. A man has now been arrested tied to a house fire in the village of Athens yesterday. Marathon County Sheriff's officials say when they arrived, there was no fire, but deputies did spot a man on the second level of the home breaking windows. They say that man then barricaded himself upstairs and started a fire while deputies were inside. He later jumped. 35-year-old Stephen Matfield has now been taken into custody and sent to Marathon County Jail, where he was booked on charges of arson and recklessly endangering safety. Fire officials say the home did sustain severe damage in that fire and is considered a total loss. A big milestone in the fight to end the COVID-19 pandemic in Wisconsin. We are averaging essentially no new deaths per day for the last week. Today, the State Department of Health Services reports, again, no deaths. They've only reported 2 statewide all of the last week, so that rounds down to 0 deaths per day for that week. Meanwhile, today, DHS reports just 24 new cases statewide. We're averaging 72 per day over the last week. We have also passed the big milestone on the vaccine front as DHS reports more than 50% of all people in Wisconsin have now received at least one dose of COVID-19 vaccine. They report almost 47% have completed their vaccination. Keep in mind, about 14% of the state is children not yet eligible for a vaccine. Despite the falling COVID-19 numbers here, the virus's Delta variant is raising some concerns worldwide. Russia, South Africa, Australia, Israel, just a few of the countries grappling with rising case numbers right now. Matt Bodner has the latest.
Well, concerns are growing around the world about the spread of this so-called Delta variant of the coronavirus. Here in Russia, Moscow authorities today implemented a very controversial vaccine passport system, QR codes that citizens will need if they've been vaccinated to go into restaurants, cafes, and bars. Everyone else will not be allowed inside, intended to both curb the spread of the Delta variant, but also convince a very vaccine skeptical population that they need to go out and get their jabs. In South Africa, the authorities are reimposing very strict guidelines for the next 14 days as they see pockets of Delta spreading. And in Australia, where they've been under very strict lockdown this whole time, the city of Sydney is going into their own 14-day lockdown.
Every time we leave the home, we have to assume that ourselves or other people around us have the virus.
But we're also seeing that this is not just a concern for countries with low vaccination rates. In Israel, which is a very highly vaccinated population, they're starting to see evidence of infections among fully vaccinated adults, and they are now also considering what kind of lockdown, what kind of restriction.
That's Matt Bodner reporting. Independence Day is now less than 1 week away, and the Never Forgotten Honor Flight fundraiser will once again be held during the Minocqua July 4th parade. There'll be 100 vets in 4 Stargazer buses along the route for that parade. Co-founders of the Never Forgotten Honor Flight, Mike Thompson and Jim Campbell, will also be there. Flags will be given out to the crowd as donations are collected. Despite the pandemic, the Lakeland T-Birds football team raised over $15,000 for this cause last year. The Honor Flight funds veterans to take a trip to our nation's capital to see the memorials there. Lake Tomahawk also has a parade scheduled for the 4th of July, sponsored by the Lake Tomahawk Lions Club and the town of Lake Tomahawk. That parade will start at 2:30 on July 4th. Parade entrance can begin lining up between 1:30 and 2 with the corner of Bluebird Road and Highway 47. The concession stand at Snowshoe Park will open as soon as that parade is over, and the Snowshoe baseball game that night begins at 7:30, followed by fireworks. These are just some of the many parades going on for 4th of July weekend. When we think of pollinators, things like bees and butterflies, we generally don't think of what they mean to the state's economy, but we'll have more on that when we come back. But first, Jeff is in with your full forecast, including those showers going across our area tonight. That's next on Newswatch 12 at 5.
Carpet City.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center and get the toughest waterproof floors in the industry, where they're in stock and on sale. Rigid Maximum XL is 50% thicker and 30% longer, resulting in maximum durability, which is perfect for active families and pets. Not to mention, it's easy to install. Come to Carpet City Flooring Center to get your Rigid Maximum XL waterproof floors today.
Carpet City. Our prices will floor you.
Wouldn't it be nice to never have to deal with your messy gutters again? Leave that dangerous chore in the rearview mirror with a new LeafGuard gutter system. LeafGuard's patented one-piece seamless design keeps leaves and debris out, which means no more nasty cleanup guaranteed. And now is the best time to get LeafGuard. Take 50% off installation labor, get 12 months interest-free financing, and a $100 Visa gift card with your purchase. Call now and set up a free estimate. Good deal?
Walk through Menard's Lighting Showroom and find your style with Patriot Lighting. Add to your home's curb appeal with a new wall light. The Mitchie Outdoor Wall Light has a beautiful oil-rubbed bronze, white, or black finish with clear seated glass. The modern-style Callum Outdoor Wall Light is available in a brushed nickel or oil-rubbed bronze finish. All Patriot Lighting outdoor wall lights are 11% off. Save with 11% off everything at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Your eyes are everything. They're how you see the world. At Shopko Optical, we keep your eyes healthy. with personalized care from experienced optometrists, using the latest optical technologies, and a comprehensive, attentive approach to help you see your world better. Your wellness is our priority. You'll see. Right now, take 40% off lenses with the purchase of any frames.
Here we go. It's the last Monday in June, and it was sunny this morning, but then the clouds rolled back in through the afternoon. Looking pretty ominous out there right now, as these clouds are full of moisture this afternoon, and they could produce some locally heavy rainfall tonight, but especially tomorrow afternoon looks to be kind of the prime target time for that. But right now it's 75 in Rhinelander with a northwest breeze at 6 and a dew point there, muggy air in place at 64 at the airport. Rhinelander still 81 though for Wausau. Congratulations, you win. A southeast breeze at 10, dew point is 63. Pressure's falling as low pressure is approaching the area for tomorrow. So we have some pockets of rain-cooled air across the area right now. We're generally in the 60s to 70s, even a few low 80s where there's been no rain at all today or even cloud cover. But that'll likely change tonight as we have those showers kind of spreading across the area, and we are the cool kids right now. Lots of heat, record-setting heat causing all sorts of problems across the west right now. Seattle, this hour is 105, 114 in Portland. They're not used to that at all, causing lots of issues. But across the Midwest, some rain-cooled air across our neck of the woods will likely stay that way tomorrow as well, before we crank up the heat a little bit over the holiday weekend. And right now, the holiday weekend looks fantastic. Saturday, Sunday, into Monday with lots of sunshine and temperatures hanging out in the low 80s. So if you missed out this past weekend and you're driving all the way up here again next weekend, this one looks a lot better than the previous weekend we had around here. Okay, the average high now is 78, the record high being 95. The sun will set tonight at 8:51. And notice precipitation here, so 5.26 so far for the month. The average is 3.54. We'll be adding to that as the rain is not that far away right now. In fact, here it is. But look what it's doing. It's basically staying across parts of northwestern Wisconsin. If I put my arm or hand right there, it's not moving to the east of my arm at all much, right? So you get the idea. If you're north of, say, Highway 29, especially north of Highway 8, that's where the heaviest rain showers are right now. They'll likely continue for a couple more hours tonight. Now, there is nothing severe in here. However, there is some pockets of heavy rainfall. If you get under one of these, you can see a quick inch to 2 inches of rainfall. That'll likely chase you inside rather quickly. But again, there's not much lightning in here at all or thunder, so you get what's going on, right? So non-severe, but definitely a heavy rainfall across the area tonight. Let's take a tour now. Let's show you where the heaviest rain's falling from parts of western Vilas County back to Iron Ashland counties, further south as well. Again, all non-severe, not much lightning at all, meaning they're not updrafting, right? So a good weather for that. But you can see they're moving to the east very slowly. So if you get under a couple of these, it will likely chase you indoors. And they're dropping lots of heavy rain. Here's the rainfall estimate. The lighter green colors are definitely at least an inch of rainfall, and it's happening pretty quickly. So be wary driving around tonight. And then going forward through Wednesday, we have 2 more rounds to get through. One tonight and then one tomorrow of heavy rain. And then we are done for the holiday weekend, because this front right now is just so close by, it'll likely keep triggering more showers and storms. Meanwhile, that high pressure right there kind of pumps all this moisture into the Midwest. So as long as that's close by tonight and tomorrow, we have that chance for more rain and showers and storms. And it looks like tomorrow is the biggest threat for us, as that low pressure right there rides this front our way tomorrow. It'll likely trigger some more showers and storms tomorrow through the afternoon. Our forecast though for tonight though is scattered thunder showers out there, likely non-severe, some dense fog late with low temperatures down near 61. For tomorrow, like today, but the rainfall more widespread tomorrow, especially through the afternoon, with high temperatures down near 75. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Most Furniture and Mattress shows tomorrow thunderstorms. Same thing on Wednesday morning, but then we dry out for the holiday weekend with temperatures in the 80s. Justin?
Thanks, Jeff. A group of Democratic lawmakers met last week to announce a package of bills designed to protect Wisconsin's pollinators. The package of bills includes expanding the ability of local governments to regulate pesticide use and outright banning one class of chemicals already being phased out by the DNR.
Over the past 30 years, Wisconsin's native pollinator population have suffered severe losses due to human development, improper pesticides use, invasive pests, and diseases.
Pollinators include a variety of insects, butterflies, bees, ants, along with some other animals, bats, slugs. All of them can be killed by pesticides commonly used across Wisconsin, which wildlife officials say costs the state millions of dollars in economic activity.
Pollinators contribute over $55 million in annual crop production and $3.5 million in commodities. And in fact, 1 in 3 bites of food that we all consume is thanks to pollinators.
The package of bills will now go before the GOP-controlled committee, who will determine their ultimate fate. Agard says these bills allow for the environment and businesses to work together instead of appearing to be in opposition. President Biden facing several topics or challenges today, both domestic and foreign. We'll take a closer look at the latest in the Middle East and the progress on his infrastructure bill after the break.
American Ninja Warrior, tonight on NBC. TV's biggest little games deserve the world's biggest little host.
Whoa! It's my first season on the show. I can't have a heart attack yet.
Lil Rel hosts Small Fortune, tonight on NBC.
Keeping your family close together in your home these days are important. Let us remodel your kitchen and bath. Kitchen Bath Mart specializes in complete remodels for the past 35 years. From design to install, we'll take good care of you. Stop in or call us today at Kitchen Bath Mart. We're your #1 choice in kitchen and bath remodeling. Highway 70 East in Arborvitae.
To your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer for the SUV lineup everyone's raving about. You get reliability Honda is known for, with Honda sensing standard on every model, and get more capability than ever before with all-wheel drive on HRV, CRV, Passport, and Pilot. Now drive the 2021 HRV with 0% financing. Get up and go! To your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer, or visit WisconsinHeartlandHondaDealers.com.
They say when you come from a small town like us, you do things your own way. A way that builds a state-of-the-art network. As a local, you know the dead spots, so you fix them. You know the neighbors, so you're good to them. Did you drop these? You know the neighborhood, so you make a difference. Thanks for the hot spot. You know the strongest signal comes from starting local and staying loyal, no matter how much you grow. The nationwide network built from your town up. U.S. Cellular.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Coyote 93.7.
We now know which Wisconsin city President Biden plans to visit tomorrow. He'll travel with the Department of Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack to La Crosse to discuss ag, rural economies, and his infrastructure plan. We still don't know where exactly in La Crosse or when the president plans to visit, but we'll keep you posted. Meanwhile, today the U.S. Supreme Court declined to take up the issue of whether schools must allow students to use the bathroom that matches their gender identity. The court decided not to hear arguments in the case of Gavin Grimm, the Virginia transgender student who was denied access to the boys' bathroom at his school. The school board had asked the high court to uphold a policy struck down by lower courts that prohibits transgender students from using school bathrooms that correspond with their gender identity, saying they must use the one that corresponds with their birth gender. Among the issues here, whether federal anti-discrimination law applies to LGBTQ students. By declining the case, Grimm's victory in appeals court remains intact for now. The Wisconsin Supreme Court has rejected a move to ban absentee ballot drop boxes. In March, conservative businessmen petitioned the court to ban drop boxes and prohibit election officials from filling in missing addresses of witnesses on absentee ballot envelopes. He also sought to limit who can return absentee ballots. While the Supreme Court said the lawsuit puts forward important questions, the majority declined to take the case. As with many recent rulings, the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports this one was decided 4-3, with Justice Brian Hagedorn joining the court's more traditionally liberal justices in the majority. Today, President Biden hosting Israel's new president amid news of U.S. strikes on Iranian-backed militia targets in the Middle East. Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill, there appears to be some progress towards an infrastructure bill agreement. Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
President Biden today trying to save an infrastructure deal while also balancing foreign policy challenges. The president meeting with Israel's president as the two nations reset their relationship under new leaders. It comes amid new tensions in the Middle East after a series of U.S. airstrikes against Iran-backed militia targets in Iraq and Syria.
These strikes are designed to limit the risk of escalation.
The Pentagon calling the attacks a defensive response to recent drone strikes against American and allied personnel, while at the same time the Biden administration is seeking to restart talks over the Iran nuclear deal.
I think it's important for the president to continue to move forward to see if we can't make progress, because an Iran with a nuclear weapon is much more dangerous.
On the home front, President Biden trying to get a bipartisan infrastructure deal back on track after an unforced error had Republicans threatening to walk away. The president walking back comments that he wouldn't sign the bipartisan bill unless it's paired with another larger spending plan that only Democrats support. The White House calling it a clarification and insisting he never intended to threaten a veto. While some Democrats want to fight, Republicans are holding their ground.
I'd like to see us get there. And I do think the only way we can get there is to de-link the two issues.
The president also facing pressure from the left as progressives rally outside the White House, pushing for infrastructure to include more climate priorities.
That's Alice Barr reporting. We're now less than 1 week until Independence Day. Tonight, a Newswatch 12 viewer, though, has some thoughts on a previous holiday, Juneteenth, and how she believes it relates to human trafficking. In tonight's Your Two Cents.
To listen to your messages, press L. We're calling to comment on our newest holiday concerning freedom. In President Biden's proclamation of Juneteenth Day of Observance, he says, quote, "In its celebration of freedom, Juneteenth is a day that should be recognized by all Americans. We hope he recognizes the moral stain and terrible toll of slavery in regard to the slavery that exists presently in our country. May his own words bring him to act against the human trafficking in our country that is stealing the hope for thousands of human trafficking victims currently enslaved here. Thank you."
If you want to make your voice heard on Your Two Cents, give us a call at 715-365-8812, extension 319. Remember, I respond to some of the calls on Friday on My Two Cents. We'll be right back.
It's Champion Septic's Customer Appreciation Giveaway. Have your septic or holding tank pump between now and November 12th to be entered to win one of 5 big prizes. Drawing November 14th at Cabaret Cove in Rhinelander. Champion Septic, your septic system specialists.
I think my teachers are really awesome. They're just so nice and willing to help with anything we need.
What I think everybody should know about the RVA is that it's not what you might think of as a typical homeschooling experience. It's very challenging.
Most people think that you don't get to talk to people if you're homeschooled, but it's the opposite of that.
It's flexible, but it offers each kid a chance to excel in subjects that they're good in, and it gives them extra support in the subjects that they need help in.
The RVA has changed my life by helping me prepare for college and encourage me to plan ahead for life.
Did you know that approximately 45,000 women in the U.S. will die from breast or cervical cancer this year? The key to prevention and survival is early detection through regular screenings by mammogram and Pap test. Women aged 45 to 64 who are under or uninsured may be eligible for these tests through the Wisconsin Well Woman program. For more information, call 715-369-6119. A message from the Oneida County Health Department and the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Hello, my name is Terry and I'm from Phillips. I used to go on vacations with my wife Gail, but I couldn't go much over 2 hours and I'd have to stop and walk because my lower back would hurt so bad. So after my final treatment at Spinal Aid. I am pain-free and can't imagine the pain and agony that I went through prior to going.
Are you suffering with back or neck pain and considering the possibility of surgery? At the Spinal Aid Center of Wausau, we incorporate the latest technologies, including high-intensity laser therapy that provides the highest success rates in helping people just like you avoid back and neck surgery. With our treatments, there are no drugs and no surgery, just relief. Call today for a free spinal disc severity consultation and see if our treatments are right for you. Call 715-203-4392 or visit us at spinalaid.com. Start living your life pain-free.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so Jeff, we are dodging some showers tonight.
Yeah, but the showers are kind of heavy showers, though.
Okay.
So once you're under one of those, you know it. A quick burst of rain, maybe 1 to 2 inches of rain with those this evening.
Okay.
The best chance for rain actually arrives tomorrow throughout the afternoon, but then we break out of this trend. It looks like an amazing 4th of July weekend is on the way. Still several days out, but looking pretty good out there right now.
That looks less
Currently, though, not looking good here in Rhinelander. Those clouds are full of moisture. Once they start to rain on you, you're likely going to get very wet, and that'll be the case this evening because here's the radar, and again, several bands in here, not moving very quickly. Now, notice there's very little lightning. These are not severe, not thunderstorms, but they are dropping some very heavy rainfall across the area right now. And then looking ahead, you can see here we got a lot going on tomorrow, same as today, more widespread, followed by sunshine and 80s.
And
this weekend.
it's not a total washout this evening.
No.
If you are under one,
you know it. You'll know quickly.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Thanks for joining us. The News Watch 12 at 5 NBC Nightly News is next.